I'm here to teach you a brief trumpet lesson. The first thing you need to know about playing a trumpet is how to make a sound. To make a sound, you buzz your lips together and blow into the instrument. To do this, you need to tighten your lips, just like this, in the corners. Keep your bottom lip firm, but not too firm. Keep your upper lip relaxed. With this buzzing, when you blow, there's a small space in between your lips, which vibrates, creating the buzzing sound, like so. Now, if you're having a hard time doing that, there's a way where you can put your index fingers on either side of the corners of your mouth, tightening here. If you can't do it, it's obviously because you might have put too much pressure on your bottom lip, too much pressure on your upper lip, or you just need to practice more. Either way, don't be discouraged because practice makes perfect. Now that you know how to make the buzzing sound with your lips, it's time to apply it towards your instrument. The best thing for you to do next is do it just with your mouthpiece. That way you can get used to buzzing and then creating the sound with your trumpet. The only difference is with this is that with your embouchure, you could push too hard with your mouthpiece, breaking it, or you could push too lightly and not make a sound at all. Now, first, buzz your lips without your mouthpiece. Next, buzz and then gently apply your mouthpiece to your center of your lips. If it's a little awkward and you can't make sound, you can put your mouthpiece a little off to the side, depending on what's comfortable for you. Once you do that, practice a few times, get used to playing and buzzing into the mouthpiece. Now that you know how to buzz through your mouthpiece, it's time to apply it towards your instrument. But the first thing you should learn is how to hold your instrument and how to sit properly. To sit properly, you sit your back straight, away from the back of the chair, your feet planted firmly on the ground, and chest up. You're a trumpet player. Be proud. Next, you grab your trumpet, which I have right here. First, extend your hand like you're getting a handshake, and then wrap your thumb through this hoop, and then your middle finger through this hoop. Then, wrap your index finger around this, and have your ring finger tuck gently next to your middle finger. Then, have your pinky rest gently on these valves. Then, with your right hand, you have your thumb rest gently between these two, and then you have your fingertips planted on these three valves. The first valve, the second valve, and then the third valve, with your pinky resting gently on top. Always make sure when you play the trumpet that you use your fingertips on the valves. You don't want your fingers flat because it makes it harder to play. Now, when you add your mouthpiece to the trumpet, always make sure you don't slam it. If you slam it, then it gets stuck into this pipe right here, which is called the lead pipe. Then you would have to go take it to a professional and get it fixed, which costs money. I suggest not doing that unless you want to spend money on fixing and getting a new trumpet. Now, gently grab your mouthpiece and place it gently within your lead pipe. Whenever you play the trumpet, always make sure your trumpet is nice and straight. Could be a little down, but I suggest not doing it. You're a trumpet player. Be proud. Now, buzz a little and then apply your trumpet gently to your lips. Do that a few times and get used to making the sound through the trumpet. You know how to make a sound through the trumpet. Excellent. It's now time to learn the anatomy of your instrument. It's always important to know how your instrument works before you play. The trumpet is comprised of a few parts: the mouthpiece, the valves, the tubing, and then the bell, with these little spit valves in which you can make the condensation leave the instrument, making it have your valves create the different sound. There's only 3 valves, and each one has a very important role. The middle valve connects to the tubing right here in the middle, which is a half step. I'll demonstrate what a half step sounds like. do the same work as your whole 1.5 step. I'll show you all three together. That's how your valves work. With this knowledge, you can learn the basic understandings on how to. One of the most important things after learning how to play the instrument is how to care for the instrument. You should always make sure that your valves are oiled at least once or twice a month. You simply unscrew it, pop it out a little, and then apply the valve oil. Make sure you don't stick your valve out, and then you simply twist it until you hear a soft click, and then twist it back in, and then you should be able to play. Make sure, once you're done applying the valve oil, that you play around with the valve, because that way it'll make sure the oil gets into the whole valve. Next, you should have a bath with your trumpet at least once or twice a month. Your trumpet is made out of brass instrument. That way, it'll be perfectly safe to clean all the gunk out of your instrument. Make sure every so often after you're done playing, you blow air into your instrument and you empty the spit valve right here. That way, you can get a clear sound. Always make sure, though, that whenever you're taking care of your trumpet and putting it away, you put nothing else but your instrument in the trumpet case. Don't have any other papers, music, it'll damage the instrument. Trust me. At the end of the day, there's always so much more you can do to improve your trumpet playing. One thing is your tone. Tone comes from your breath support. With breath support, there are a vast majority of different activities and exercises which will help gain your breath support. One activity in which I like to do, personally, is where you breathe in for 4 counts and you breathe out for 4 counts. Then you breathe in for 4 counts, breathe out for 8 counts, and you keep going until you reach breathing out for 32 counts. Now do this slowly, and don't force yourself for the first few times, because it will get harder as you breathe longer. If you keep at this breath support and look for other breath support activities, your tone quality will vastly improve. If you keep at all the things we talked about in the video, your breath support and how to hold the instrument, how to play it, your perfect posture, then over time you will get better as a player and as a musician. And one day, maybe, who knows,